I thought I'd do a quick video to help people understand how to get to the free quote process and complete it. So this is your account page. And when you click on home, it takes you to your client page. And then you can select a client and it takes you into the client. And then these are the different modules. Um, First one is the 4 questions. And this is where you create the client and ask the 4 questions quiz. And it calculates the amount of pain the customer has because when they're replacing their equipment, if they have low pain with their existing equipment, then they probably don't want to upgrade to better equipment. And you're more likely to do a like for like. Go back. This is a free quote questionnaire. And so the client information goes to the questionnaire, and then you take them down through the questionnaire. These hints are helpful until you're comfortable with the workflow. You want to make sure that you don't find somebody who's got a summertime preference of like 65 degrees. So all these questions are important. This is about to shift. Duct pressure is going to move down below the 6 functions video. So you'll share the 6 functions video with folks, and then you'll share the duct pressure video. You can click next here, and it'll take you right into the data entry portion of that. Now, if we go back into the client, that's actually the measurements. So you're going from the questionnaire to the measurements from the bottom of the questionnaire. You can also come out here and go directly to the measurements. This is the current default template, and templates are going to be improving over time. But what we have right now is helping people understand the different types of equipment based on correlation to the 6 functions using smiley faces. It's single stage, which actually can be 2 stages of heat if you sell a hybrid. 2 stage, which could be 2 and 1, 2 and 2, or 3 and 2 stages. Down here we have the size. A single stage is 60,000. That's what it is. It's 2 ton. That's what it is. If you do multi-stage, you want to express the stages in output range because that'll help them understand how the better equipment does a better job of load matching across different load situations, outdoor temperatures. And then filter options, dehumidification, fresh air. So this is helping them understand their 6 functions choices. And then this is building their specific specification. So somebody in here is like, well, I want to go from worst to fair on load matching, worst to fair on mixing, and worst to fair on dehumidification. But my budget really isn't is like max budget is 15, so I can't go up here to a modulating hybrid or a modulating heat pump. So so this helps them sort of narrow in on their equipment package and installation choices. And then down here, what you'll do is have their current equipment and the smiley faces that they're getting from that equipment, and then the initial specifications so that they can see this is what I have, this is what's in my budget. This third column can be deleted or changed or added. But right now, what I'm thinking is that you would show the competitor specifications here. Delivered capacity is something that you're going to have to figure out based on static pressure or assessment of the duct. And a lot of people were finding, they have a maximum flow of, like in this case, it's 2.4 ton. So you really don't want to go to a 2.5 ton if it's single stage, because it's always going to be airflow constrained. If you go to multi-stage and you do maybe some small duct improvements, it could improve the ductwork from 2.4 to 3 ton. But even if it doesn't, you can lock out the higher stages, or it's so unlikely that it's ever going to run in that stage. It's going to experience very little constraint, 4 hours a year or something like that, because it'll be running in lower stages. Again, show hints in the beginning until you're familiar with this. The building input is basically square footage, 1 or 2 story, basement crawl space or slab, and it'll pull up your heating and cooling design temp. And you can go in and adjust this if you want, but we advise against adjusting it up, and then you can reset it if you want. And then here, the heating system size is just automatically calculated from the building inputs. You put the current size in and, it'll move for you. And then we come down here to duct pressure. If you've measured it, you want to enter it in here, because then it's going to show that you're out of spec. And if you do a measure quick, or you know how to calculate the capacity of the ductwork, you can enter it here. And this number will create this hash mark, which basically says this is the sizing limitation of your ductwork, which is nice to see against your cooling load, because if the size limitation of the ductwork is in the yellow, then you're good to go for sizing to the green. And then you could save and preview, and it'll give you a preview of what the report's going to look like. And again, your current equipment's 90,000 BTU. You have high static pressure. You need to go to the point, like less than 2.5 ton is going to give you sufficient ductwork. And then here are the smiley faces. Hopefully that helps people understand that basically within the client, you want to have the 4 questions, do the free quote questionnaire, and do the measurements in order to get to the preview and the PDF. Thanks for watching.